Jupiter at Night. Live audience. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Jupiter at Night. My name is Brian. That guy is Chris.
I'm Alan.
Nice job, Alan. Interjecting yourself.
You know what? We're going to do another movie edition of Jupiter at Night, and Brian's filling in for us.
Hi, guys.
He's right
The
there.
J-Man.
I've never been on this one before. This is
know.
a show we do. I've never been on it.
Well, we're glad you could join us. The J-Man's out today. He's doing a rehearsal for a concert he's going to be doing tomorrow.
Hey, guys, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, let's say hypothetically for a second.
Hypothetically, Brian, go.
So, let's say there's a guy, right?
This guy.
Let's call this guy Bill. Or Bob. Let's go Bob.
All right.
I like Bob better.
This is Bob Fun.
So this is
Bill
Bob.
pissed me off
this
the
is
other day.
let's call him Bob Fun Times. Bob Fun Times
okay.
is on this is filling in for a friend on this show.
That's nice of Bob.
This theoretical show. Now
His name's Bob, right?
Bob.
Okay.
Now,
Fun Times.
Bob's never seen this show before.
All right.
So hypothetically,
Yeah.
what the hell is Bob supposed to do? Let's say that Bob's
supposed to be a better
sat down.
friend. And he's supposed to support his friend. And he's supposed to know at least like one of the shows, so that way he can be like, well, I saw this one.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we are super boring.
So it's kind of is
Yeah.
one of those wishes and ifs sort of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, Jupiter at Night, Brian, we just kind of shoot the S on the topic of the night. And some days that's driven by the news of the day, and then some days it's driven by the stuff coming up on the weekend. Like this weekend, Resident Evil's coming up.
Right,
So we thought maybe we'd talk a little bit about Resident Evil because we figure the peeps are probably tuning in. Now, Thursday is our Friday. We don't have a Friday edition because we is lazy.
Yeah, of course.
Actually,
Friday we got dates.
well,
with the
Friday,
ladies.
no, we don't.
And
No,
with
No, but it's
movies
no, but
that
it's
are coming
Shabbat.
out. Like,
You go to Friday night Shabbat service.
no. We're doing Lotso Friday night. It's going to be our
Yeah.
PAX Lotso. It's going to be a
I
good
come
one.
here and just do a different show.
Yeah, we're still here at 9 o'clock
Oh.
live tomorrow. It's just going to be PAX.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we figure a lot of people this weekend will go over and probably watch the new Resident Evil movie. Now,
Probably.
I don't know if I'm going to see it this weekend, but I think both you guys are, right?
Nah,
I was
I'm not
considering
gonna see
it.
this
You're not?
weekend. Nah.
Yeah?
I'm not going to go by myself.
Oh, you're not?
Dude, it's
No,
just
hell
Resident.
no.
Oh, all right. Well, then maybe I'll go.
It's just Resident Evil 3, dude.
Dude!
Excuse
Resident
me.
Evil 4, I believe.
It
isn't
got me that
3D.
excited because it's in 3D.
That's kind of what I'm looking forward to, and not because I think 3D is awesome, because I think maybe people that have been watching the show know that I'm not exactly a 3D fan. But you know what? A zombie movie where they've played to the 3D, like Mila Jovovich just sitting there in the cockpit with her crotch right there. If you're watching the video version, I might want to see her crotch in 3D. I don't know.
Makes my head itch a little bit.
They do this plane attack where they attack the guys with the plane. I just think that's going to be fun in 3D.
I've just
Yeah,
always enjoyed
probably.
these movies. I can't tell you what any one of them is about. I've watched them all, and I don't remember them.
Yeah.
But I've always had a good time watching them.
Well, Umbrella Corporation.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. You know, I know the.
I don't
gist.
actually remember what they're about either. I remember the
don't
first
know.
one is they released a virus.
All right, how about this? What's Star Wars Episode 2 about?
Well,
Dude, they fight in space and are like,
well, no,
Oh,
that's,
so, yeah, okay, got it. Got it. So what you're saying is you have no long-term memory. That's what we're talking about.
right? No, I could explain Star Wars to you.
I think Resident
It's
Evil
too
has.
late, man. We passed that.
well, I'm not
We're back to
going
Resident
to spend
Evil
the
now.
whole show on that.
That's
don't-
too late, dude.
I don't know if I've-
Everyone, no one believes you anymore. It's all right.
Perfect.
I don't know if I've ever found them to be particularly memorable. To be honest, they just kind of seem generic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty generic.
Yeah, and that's why I wouldn't.
What,
necessarily wanna-
what should be noted right there is I just agreed with you when you said basically the same thing as Alan.
Oh, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to point that out. But if Alan were to say it again right now, I disagree with him.
Totally.
I feel like that's a dynamic I just brought to the show.
That's nice, dude.
You're welcome. Is
Thank
that
you.
what the show's about, by the
It
way?
is now. Well,
Nice.
tonight's episode
Good
of
call.
Jupiter at Night.
So Jeremy has to do this next time he's in this chair,
Well,
right?
I think he might change it up. I don't know.
Stop drinking my Coke.
Whoa!
It's my Coke. My Coke's over here, man.
Did you guys swap cokes? That's weird. So I'm gonna go see it to get my 3D action movie out of the way. Just get it out of
because
the way.
the only one I've seen is Avatar, and supposedly that's
That was terrible.
the movie was all right,
It
but
was a
the
giant
3D was
pile
kind
of
of cool.
Smurf crap.
It was Ferngully.
It was
3D.
Ferngully, yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to see this one. I don't know. I'd
Yeah.
like to see. If I see it, it's going to be in 3D.
And if you're gonna see this kind of movie, you kind of want to see it in the theater,
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to see this. I'll see it just because, I got to go to the movie and Tron's not out yet.
right?
Yeah.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta do that.
When
When
Tron
does
2
Tron come out?
December.
That's a long way.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
gotta.
I'm saying. You got to go to a movie between now and
So
then.
you are going to see it?
Tron?
Yeah. No, this.
Oh, yeah. I'll probably go see this.
Yeah, he's
And-
totally seeing Tron, dude.
I know
Of
that.
course he is.
Now, are you gonna
I'll be
watch it
there.
in 3D?
Yeah, I'll probably
Dude,
see
you
this
just
one
hate
in
it on
3D.
3D.
Well, yeah, 3D sucks, but like this movie is probably gonna blow, and 3D will be like, dude,
That's
this
how
is
I feel.
3D.
That's the only thing
That's
that saves
exactly
I think
how I
Avatar.
feel.
Tron
Yeah.
I'm gonna see in 2D, no doubt.
Yeah, because it's because
I'll
it's
see,
meant
I'll
to be
see
seen.
that one in 3D.
Boy, I think I'm. Well,
I don't know. 3D's gay.
you're gonna see it both ways, right? Why not see it both?
Yeah,
don't
so
know
in the
that I am gonna
theater,
see
see
it
it in
both
3D
ways.
Really?
because at
Why
home you're
would
going
I
to see
want to
it in
see it
2D.
in 3D?
Just well, I would say the first showing you go see it in 2D, and then once you've maybe even the second showing, you see it in 2D. So you get two good showings under your belt in 2D.
I don't know. You don't
and
go
then that
see.
third
You
showing.
go to the movies that many times?
Not unless it's a Star Trek
You don't-
movie.
Are you
You
a
don't-
high school girl?
Dude, I go to the movie. I mean, come on. When Serenity came out, I saw that 4 times.
Yeah,
in
I saw
one
Serenity
week.
a lot, and I saw all the Star Trek movies
I
out
saw
a lot too.
probably
That's
while it was out in the movie
expensive, too.
theater.
Yeah.
I think I saw it 5 times.
But how old are you?
When Serenity came out,
Yeah.
Well, that was just a little while ago.
yeah.
All right.
It's a couple years ago.
Yeah.
When the new
Seems
Star
like it
Trek
was a while ago.
Well, it
now.
was. A
No,
little
I
bit.
was 12. It
I mean,
was
you think about-
27 years ago or something like that.
Think
I don't know
about this:
how
the
old I
new
am.
Star Trek movie came out in 2009. All right,
Yeah.
so Serenity was well before. This has been a little while.
Couple years.
But I saw the new Star Trek movie 4 times in the theater just because different people wanted to go see it with me. So I was like, all right. So sometimes that happens. So I'm like, now I'll just one of those. I'll be like, yeah, let's go see the 3D version.
It's interesting that you mentioned that because I saw it with you
Yeah.
for the first time,
Yeah.
and then what I did was halfway through it, I had to go take a poop. So I go into the bathroom and I take a poop, and I was done taking a poop, but then I'm like, you know what? Just in case I need to poop more later, I'm gonna sit here for a while.
Yeah.
And then about a half hour later, I came out and watched the rest of the Star Trek
Yeah.
movie. That's the only time I've
I
seen the Star Trek
cannot
movie.
do that in the. No.
You-
Well, Star Trek was terrible, dude.
No,
Well,
he's,
there-
one of the
saying,
worst
no, he's
movies
saying he's
I've
not
ever
going to be
seen.
able to poop in the theater. Is what he's saying.
Yeah, screw that.
Dude, I
No
can
matter
poop
how
anywhere.
bad the movie is, I can't leave. I can't. I have to watch it.
Oh,
You know, even if you have to tinkle or something.
well, it has to be
What,
a
are you
real
gonna do
bad
pee in the
tinkle.
popcorn bucket.
No, it has to be. I'll go for a real bad one.
Yeah, it has to be really bad, and the movie has to be really bad.
Why not? I mean, why not enjoy yourself? Go have a pinky and
'Cause you can't
come on
pause
back
it.
and so what?
That's why I hate going to the movie theaters.
Yeah, I know. We've talked about that before. Where now, see, this is interesting because he's anti-movie theater and you're pro. I mean, you're a big movie theater guy.
Yeah, I don't honestly. I'm huge into movie theaters. People gotta go to the movies.
His TV
It's an
must
event.
suck.
Well, this is interesting because he's
Nice
worked.
TV.
He's worked at a movie theater,
I
Yeah.
worked at a movie theater,
and you considered actually starting a movie theater.
Yeah, I'm gonna start a movie theater.
So I don't know, you guys.
See, if you
I worked
owned
at a movie
one,
theater
that'd
for
be
a long
different.
time.
Oh, if you owned one, yeah, that'd be cool. As a worker, I could see how you might hate it.
Yeah.
But is because of that experience why you
I
don't like
loved
theaters?
No,
working at the
it's because
movie
of the
theater.
people. We've already talked about.
Oh,
that.
that's true.
It was great. Working in the movie theater was awesome.
I think it'd be
Best
a sweet
job I
gig.
ever had.
I
Well,
think
just because I worked with my friends.
Hey, actually, speaking.
I didn't work with my friends.
Spe-
It was great.
Brian doesn't have
I
friends.
hated the people
He
I
has
worked with.
enemies
but the
and
movie-
frenemies.
Like, the whole thing was still great.
The
I
movie
loved it.
theater frenemies. He worked with movie theater frenemies.
Yeah, there we go.
Now, you guys, this sounds really
We're
ridiculous.
not talking
but
about it anymore.
I wanted to talk about movie theaters and the film that a lot of our classic movies are on.
Yeah.
And did you know this crap is like getting eaten away at by mold? There's a specific gel coating on the film that the mold actually enjoy. It's a nice, tasty snack. And what you're seeing now, if you're watching the video version, is some classic video footage. This is an old film that has actually been destroyed by the mold, and you can see how part of the frame has been taken up, and it looks kind of creepy.
I like it.
Yeah.
You like it?
So there's this effort.
It adds a whole new layer to it. Like,
Well, technically, it's removing a layer.
it seems
Yeah.
like someone's art project.
And I guess that sometimes like there's mold on there, but it's there, but it has died and it hasn't actually destroyed the film yet. And they actually are coming up with a chemical process to be able to remove that, but it's
Without
manual without destroying the
Yeah,
film.
That's got to be hard.
They're trying to come up with an effort to digitize it all, but that's a ton of work too. And if the film's already damaged, they're kind of stuck. So we actually literally just have like a lot of these original films just we're completely losing.
Yeah, it's sad, man.
Yeah, it is kind of a
It's
bummer.
way sad. I mean,
But if you haven't transferred them yet, do you really want them?
It's well,
Dude, of
but
course you do. Well, look
these
at
are
it
some
this
of the
way.
classics.
Some of the early episodes of Doctor Who were lost because there was only they were only on the celluloid and they were sitting around in a warehouse and there was a little bit of a fire and so half of them are gone. So
Yeah.
and some of them there's only audio left because it was back when there was 2 reels, one for video, one for audio.
Yeah.
They load the video. Now we have some of the most classic bits of sci-fi are now gone forever.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean we want this stuff. This is
It's
crucial
culture
stuff.
It's culture, and I don't know. It's kind of art too in a way, especially the early stuff when it was such a new medium.
it
Where
was
they were really
awesome.
learning for the first time.
It was so awesome.
And then it's also just a cool view into a state of society. Now,
we don't have any more.
because
Look at that thing they're spinning
don't
around
know
on.
why
That's
they
rad.
didn't take care of this stuff in the first place.
Well,
It's like,
Costs
oh,
money.
it costs money.
it costs more money to fix it.
It does.
Yeah, but
The problem is they just want to focus on making money. They don't want to
Yeah.
spend money on stuff that's not making them any money. Now, Brian, I know you and I are big fans of archive.org. Alan, have you ever heard of archive.org?
You've told me about it.
I
yes.
have. Well, and a lot of people who are like our reoccurring rerun watchers will see a lot of classic rights-free movies in the reruns.
Yeah.
And we get all those from archive.org. So there is a lot of stuff that's been preserved, and a lot of it's here on on the archive.org, and including
fantastic.
That's where you can also find the Internet Wayback Machine, which is kind of cool to play with.
Also very handy.
So check out archive.org for some of those old classics that have been restored, and that are in public domain. A lot of them are still under copyright, so they're all locked up. But I don't know. It's interesting.
It's fun. I like going there.
It is cool to kind of see all that crazy old stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
You
guys.
know what I like about this show? I love it. Everything.
Yeah.
I know it's so easy.
Is it
right?
over with already?
Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up.
What do you mean?
This is kind of a short one,
What
but
are we going to
it
talk
seemed-
about?
That's it.
What are you talking about? That's it.
We talked about Resident Evil.
Yeah.
We talked about if movie theaters suck or if they're awesome, and we talked about how you both worked at one. That was interesting. A little bit of information there about
We
the
didn't
Jupiter
ever
crew.
really say anything about that, though. We just made mention of the fact that we happen to
Right.
and dislike but friends, like but no friends.
But you know
Right.
what? That's some information imparted about you to the audience.
Dude,
now.
Stay
anymore,
tuned
and they
next
would be
week
bored
when we'll-
as hell.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you this.
Dude, all right.
There's no other show they could have watched where they would have learned that Brian worked at a movie theater.
chat room right now. Do you want to hear us tell ridiculous dick and fart stories for the next hour, or do you want us to sign off? Go in the chat room now. First 20 votes, we'll tally them
Well,
up. We'll see how it goes.
we could just stay on the live stream. We do
no,
that
no,
often.
no. For in the show.
Oh, in
for
the
in the
No,
show.
he wants this to
Tally
be
it up.
recorded because this is a rant.
Tally it up right now.
Man.
I'm coming
Such
in.
a shame that I'm the one that has the button, though.
Did
Right.
you already push the button?
You could push it at any time and just cut us
I know,
off.
strangely,
mid-sentence.
somehow, I'm not quite sure how. Maybe
Oh, look at that.
It's some weird,
Thank you.
opposite internet nature. The chat room somehow wants the dick and
Yeah.
fart jokes. How could that have happened?
This right here, you are my people. You are my people.
yeah, they want.
You just know your audience. That
I do.
well, who doesn't want dick and
it's
fart
just
jokes?
circus tricks.
All right.
Yeah, who doesn't want those, right?
I'm not really sure.
Maybe we'll make that Monday night's edition of Jupiter at Night. You can always come back and join us. We'll make a dick and fart joke edition.
Would you really?
Well,
why
absolutely.
not?
Can we literally? Because I have dick and fart
Yes.
jokes coming out of my ass.
Nice.
So that, by the way, is the only free one you get today.
But bump.
Tune in on Monday when we'll be doing dick and fart jokes.
Dude,
I-
don't say it unless you're going to be there.
I would say it'd probably be a #1 rated
It doesn't
episode.
matter if I won't be here. You guys are gonna have to do it anyway now. I already committed to it. If Jeremy's in this seat, he's
So
gonna
that's
have
what
to
you
do
said.
dick and fart
You
jokes.
committed to it, not us.
Dude, that doesn't
Hey,
mean
I got an
care.
idea. Not it.
Not it.
Oh, Jeremy's.
Don't give a crap.
Well,
Jeremy's
then
at
you're gonna have to do it
rehearsal.
on Jupiter Files.
I think it falls on. I think it falls onto Jeremy. I don't know. All right, that's all we've got for
That's it?
everybody. Yeah, we'll wrap it at that. But if you do want to tune in, hang out with Lotso crew. That'll be tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Pacific over at JupiterBroadcasting.com/live, and it'll be like our massive, awesome PAX roundup. We got an S ton of footage.
Totally.
It's awesome, and we're going to be playing a ton of that. I've been watching you guys, and I'm really excited about this. There is gameplay that we have that I have not seen on any other site yet, and I think we've got several exclusive.
A lot of people told me to stop after I filmed already.
Yep. But since we all had cameras, that really didn't become much of a problem.
It was very nice.
All right, well, so you can tune into Lotso Live to see that, or it'll be out next Thursday if you want to catch that. And with that, that's everything we have tonight, and we'll see you Monday night.